time today. It's great to have you out here, and glad to have us as be able to see this. Food pantries, I think, are a big part of communities that people maybe don't think about. They think about the library, the schools, community centers, but food pantries bring a lot of different people together. What brought you here in the role that you're currently in?
Sure. Well, it's an interesting story. About 3 years ago, I lost my job as an IT manager because of the pandemic, and I stayed home with my kids. And we just found that we were in need, and I visited a food pantry, and it was a rough experience, and I left crying.
Okay.
And so the next day I woke up and I realized I got the corporate experience and the time. Why not volunteer and make a difference?
Yeah.
So I volunteered around the county, and I've been here at the Jefferson Food Pantry over 2 years. I'm now in the director position and then also on the board of directors.
Wow. So you saw a problem and you were like, well, I have the ability and the skills and the time, but you made a choice to put it into something that gives back to other people. Obviously you benefit because you're coming here, but that's such a great choice to want to give back to it. So on average, how many people are coming through when you guys do pickups, and how are we able to impact the community on a daily or weekly basis?
Sure. So we currently have around 50 families per time that we're open. We're serving 1,000 unduplicated individuals.
Wow.
And those numbers are up significantly. Over the past 2 years, they're up 250%.
Wow.
Over the past year, 60%.
Wow. So the need is there, and obviously you guys are filling that need and helping people out. That's just amazing to think about. Obviously, I think the pandemic affected a lot of people different ways. You obviously were personally affected by it, and we've seen that increase continue. Where do you think that comes from? Are people more willing to ask for help now, or how has the community kind of helped that bridge that gap over that time?
Sure. I think the face of need has definitely changed over time. During the pandemic, families were receiving the maximum amount of food stamps, which could be anywhere from $800 and more. Now, some families are receiving $23 to $25 a month, which you can imagine with the cost of living increasing, gas, utilities, and food up 5 to 13%.
Sure.
There just isn't enough money to go around.
Yeah. So they're coming here for their essential needs, for food and personal home items, those kinds of things as well. If someone wants to get involved, or they want to give back, what's the best way for them to make an impact here?
Well, volunteers are always very helpful.
Okay.
Food donations are wonderful. As we walk around, you'll kind of see there are things like soup that we don't have very much of, and we just can't keep it on the shelves.
Sure.
But the biggest impact right now is money.
Okay.
So for $1, we can purchase a significant amount more food because of our bulk purchasing agreements.
Okay, gotcha. So it's funny because I think people always think, well, how do I get most involved? And sometimes writing the check is the easiest, but not most impactful. In this situation, that really is the way to make the biggest impact on more people for a longer amount of time. That's great to know. If someone needs more information about the food pantry or wants to contact you, what's the best way for them to get in touch with someone to get a question answered or to start that volunteering process?
Sure. We're located at 164 West Garland, and typically during the day, weekdays, Monday through Thursday, there's always going to be someone here. We're also on Facebook, Jefferson WI Food Pantry. We're very active on social media, and I personally respond to all the messages. So that's a great way. And then we also have a website, Jefferson Food Pantry.
Awesome. So Sarah, we're outside here and we're in front of this cart. What's going on here?
Yeah. So we wanted to kind of change the way that we were serving our community, and we thought, what better way than to create kind of a farmer's market feel?
Sure.
So we actually partnered with a volunteer, retired individual in Johnson Creek, and he created this all from recycled wood.
Oh, wow.
And then we had another community service volunteer come and stain it with some donated items. So whenever the weather is nice, any of the locally donated fresh produce that we receive is actually put out here. You can see today we have an abundance of squash and pumpkins and tubers. But it's a really fun place for people to be able to come and grab some of the fresh ingredients that they need and want. So the coolers and the freezers were actually donated, and they're over 25 years old. We have been doing this thing. So we're the only food pantry in Jefferson that has a cooks truck. administered by the state through the Community Action Coalition, federally funded. And each box weighs anywhere from 30 to 35 pounds.
Okay.
And retails somewhere from $70 to $85. It's all shelf-stable food, and it has a variety of vegetable, fruit, animal protein, plant protein, dairy, basically everything that a senior would need to kind of sustain and supplement their food budget during the month. It also comes with a 2-pound block of cheese.
Oh wow, okay.
And we have these available here on a monthly basis to low-income seniors. They can come and grab one, or we partner with DoorDash, thanks to the Jefferson Community Foundation, and we deliver these out into the community each month.
Wow.